We're in the middle of Bרכhat Hamazon. We're in the middle of discussing the Harachmans. We've spoken in the past how the Harachmans came into being over time, began by the Geonim, and went throughout the times to the Rishonim, Achronim, and things were adjusted, things changed based on the times. Now, we spoke about how the first three Harachmans are Shevach, they're praise to HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Then we start asking requests. Harachman hu yifarnesenu b'chavod. The Rebbeinu Shalom should give us parnasa b'kavod. Then the next one is Harachman hu yishber uleinu me'al tzavareinu. The Rebbeinu Shalom should break the yoke that's around our neck. V'hu yelichenu, and he should take us. We should go upright, standing upright, back to Eretz Yisrael. So it's interesting to note that the Machzavitri, the Talmud of Rashi, when he had this Harachman, he didn't have this first half about taking the yoke off. He just had Harachman hu yelichenu k'miyos artzenu. The Rosh should take us upright back to Eretz Yisrael. The Eitzurat Tfilos has also a similar nusach. Harachman hu yishber oil golias me'al tzavreinu. What yoke should he take off our necks? The yoke of Golos, and then take us back standing upright. What is this oil? What's this yoke that we talk about? Harachman hu yishber uleinu. He should remove this yoke from around our neck. It's very interesting. Usually when we talk in the Torah about an oil, about a yoke, right? We talk about a carbon that never did work, right? Oil, it never went up onto a yoke, right? We always talk about the yoke is a work, it's a burden, it's something that weighs you down, your job, that's an oil, it's a responsibility. So what type of oil is around the neck versus an oil that you carry on your back? So it's interesting, the only time in Chamish Chumshei Torah where you'll find that there was an oil around our necks, or around a neck, is in the Teichacha, in Parshas Kisavai. In the Teicha of Parshas Kisavai, Pasuk says in Memches, Perik Chav Ches, Pasuk Memches, V'avadeta es hayevecha, you're going to have to serve your enemies, Asher yishalchenu Hashem bach, b'rov v'tzama, in famine and hunger, be'eray, without clothing, b'choyse kol, lacking everything. And not just that, it's not just working, that's the oil of working we always talk about. That would make sense to say oil. But on top of the work, we just spoke about working for your enemy. So that's not the yoke we're talking about here. It's v'nosan oil barzel al tzavarecha. I'm going to put a yoke of barzel, steel yoke, it will be around your necks, ad hishmidu isach, until they wipe you out, right? So what is this oil barzel al tzavarecha? So an oil barzel al tzavarecha seems like something that's going around your neck, like a metal ring that's holding you, like the way they used to take captives out by chains, right? So is that what we're talking about here? When we're davening every day that we have an oil around our tzavarecha? So it's interesting. The Yerushalmi explains that what's this talking about? The Yerushalmi in Masechtas Shabbos, Perik Yudalid Halacha Gimel. The Yerushalmi says, I'm going to read it from inside. The Omer Rebbe Eliezer v'nosan oil barzel al tzavarecha ze ra'ayon. This is talking about a ra'ayon. Now in modern Hebrew today, a ra'ayon is a thought. It's an idea. But what's this ra'ayon that he's talking about? So if you look in the Pnei Moshe, the Pirush on this, it says ze ra'ayon miloshev ra'ayonecha amishgavcha hi hamachshava hamo'eles v'hada'oga asher odam mesim alibay. This is talking about worries that a person has. It's similar to when a person has a metal ring around his neck, right? And when they used to take people to jail in the olden days, you can't decide which way your neck is going to turn. It's held by this chain and ring around your neck. So to a person who in his mind is stuck and he's lost, he doesn't know where to go, he's mishtakeya, he's troubled, he doesn't know which way to go, that's called by Chazal, that's what the Torah refers as an oil barzel. Person who's stuck, he's emotionally stuck, that he can't move. So we refer to that as an oil barzel. Now it's interesting, Rayon, that the Rishalmi says, so 3 times in Kehelis we say Rayon Ruach, and the Targum explains that as Tfiras Ruach. broken in spirit, right? Rayon is a person, Rayon Ruach, and here Rayon is when a person is broken in spirit, and he's troubled emotionally. He doesn't know which way to turn. And here in Golus, and especially Rahman now with what's going on in Eretz Yisrael, we understand, we watch the news, we don't even know what to think. That's Rayon. That's a Barzel on our necks. That's not just we're carrying on the yokes, and not many people are, who are doing all the extra work for us. But then there's that spiritual, that emotional drain, the emotional yoke. That's what we're talking about here. And that's why now you can understand this Harachman so well. Harachman yishber uleinu mi'al tzavareinu. To take this emotional yoke off us that keeps us from making decisions, that keeps us from going forward, that he should return us back upright, standing upright. Whenever we talk about a person standing upright and he's going, right, it means he's going, he knows what he's doing, he knows where he's heading, there's a certain strength to it. So that's the opposite of being emotionally torn and emotionally not knowing where to go. So Harachman should remove that emotional trouble and bring us back upright and standing to Eretz Yisrael. That's the Harachman that we say.